Technology. Here's the grey, number 2, Glint of Silver, Jay Ford and David Pfieffer.
Well, he's really turned the corner, lifting to another level in his past couple of starts. Look, he's been vet tested. He's had abrasions, both hinds. He might have just knocked himself in the float, but he's been cleared to run. There's no issue there. Has he lost his advantage? Is he a better horse with the rail to follow and kick? Because all these horses are going to come out to the middle, so he's going to be just a little stranded in the middle of the track here. But the way he's racing, he's hard to deny, and he's had 3 placings on a heavy track.
Yeah, I know he's an on-speed runner, Ronnie. I know he led last time out, or he's second down there and went to the lead early down in Melbourne. But I just reckon he's better with something to chase as well. I know he races on speed, but just having that little bit of a bunny where he can sit half a length outside, I think it's going to be... I think it's much better suited for the horse anyway. He just found a little bit wanting last time out, but still, he looks good here in the enclosure.
Well, they say back a grey on wet days, and we've got a downgrade here to a heavy 8. All jockeys of the opinion this is a heavy track, and when you pick up the form guide when they next race, it's retrospective to race 1. So race 1 was run on a heavy track. Heavy 8, 12.22, the official downgrade. Let's get to number 3, Wolverine. Hugh Bowman and Chris Lees.
Well, she doesn't help herself with a poor racing style right out the back and running on, but there's been nice improvement at her past 2 starts in the Surround and the Canberra Guineas, so she's sure to be running on here. Has she lost her edge here? Like, her worst run was on a heavy track, but it was in the Flight Stakes at the end of her preparation.
She looks terrific in the yard. I really love the way that she chased the line down there, but she was on top of the ground, obviously, down there in Canberra. She's not going to get that good run here today. She's obviously a back marker. She'll be getting home, but she'll need to get traction on this going.
Zoe's Promise, number 4, Johnny Allen, Kieran Maher, David Eustace.
Yeah, she's a real mystery runner here. Was very good first up with 60 kilos at Flemington. She's a Group 2 winner on a heavy 8 at Moonee Valley, so that's positive. She goes forward, that's positive. You've got to respect the stable, and that first run for the new stable last time. So, and she's $4 in. She's $5 into $4.80 here early. So, all things positive with her today.
Yeah, there's not a lot of her. It's the first time I've obviously laid eyes on her. She's only a dainty little thing, but I just love the way she chases the line, this horse. She's got a great strike rate over the mile. She looks great in the enclosure today. She'll end up with the right run.
MATCHA LATTE, number 5, Tyler Schiller, Sarah Ryan.
I like him today. You know, I know he's changed stable since the Rosehill Guineas, which is obviously with the connections and what's happening with Mark. So I think he might be better ridden just off them a little bit today, back to a mile. Heavy track form's quite good. He did run second in a Gloaming to Sharp and Smart on a heavy 8, so he's good enough and beautifully placed today.
Yeah, I'm a little bit the same view, Ronnie. I reckon if they ride him a pair further back, I reckon he's a really good chase horse, but just takes the dash out of him when they push him forward. If they ride him that pair further back and give him a little bit more chasing room, I think he'll run super.
The Fortune Teller, number 6, Tommy Marquand on for Kieran Maher and David Eustace.
Yeah, the blinkers are off and the visors on today. He's around the mark in some nice races in Victoria last preparation, placed in a Carbine club on a soft 7, so he's ready to peak 3rd up and might have something to say.
Yeah, he'll end up with the right run too. It's just a matter of whether he's going to get through this going. He looks really happy and focused here in the enclosure. He's just walking past. He's got the ear muffs on, but yeah, he's a lovely looking horse. He should end up with a perfect run right beyond the speed.
Cosmic Field, Ash Morgan, Nathan Doyle.
Hard to line up the unbeaten horse. He's got speed. Just hard to line up that provincial Class 1 to a Group 3 mile here. It's not an easy task.
Yeah, and his action, Ronnie, I'm not sure how he's going to suit with this heavy going now, the track. He raced on top of the ground down there at Camelon, looked good. He's got a really big, nice long stride on him, but hitting this heavy condition here today, I think he might struggle to get through this going.
Here's a heavy track winner, Dubai Flyer, Zach Lloyd, Mark Minervini.
Yeah, but a heavy track winner on a 4-horse maiden, that's the query. So this race is a big leap for him.
Call for Cindy, number 12, Zach Purton, John O'Shea.
She's attracting support. She's by Sacred Falls. She was easy work winning her maiden there at Kembla on the soft 5 when she was an odds-on favourite. Might be more of a later-on type, but she has attracted that support, which is always interesting.
If they can settle a pair or two closer than where they've been racing, it's a get-back horse, but just drawn as soft they have, Zach Purton goes on board. If they can just land a pair closer, I think this horse is in with a bit of a chance today.
Sorry, jockeys are just getting on. The rain hasn't stopped. We're down to a heavy 8. What do we do?
Yeah, I end up landing on number 6, the Fortune Teller. I just think it's Melbourne form, loves the trip, hasn't been on heavy going like today, but it has run on the soft going, and it just maps ideally for Tom Marquand right beyond the speed. Just a matter of getting through the going.
Yeah, it was a lovely, relaxed customer in the yard. I'm with Glint Silver purely based on the fact that he was quite settled for him. He can get himself a little bit buzzed up, but he was really nice and relaxed. He's very fit and he does get through a wet track. So Glint Silver for myself, and Corey is with Fortune Teller.
I'm 5, 2, 4 and 3. I'm with MATCHA LATTE here. I think it's a lovely race for him, sitting off 3 or 4 go-forward horses, having last look at them, and I think he's in a very winnable race for a horse with his ability. I think Glint Silver, he's just missed a consistency of late. He's got a couple of heavy track placings. Zoe's Promise seems very solid in the market here after that first run for the Mar Eustace stable, and does have a group wet track form, which is a positive. And Wolverine, a little query on the heavy, but she certainly hit form at the right time. 5, 2, 4 and 3.
Okay, David Pfieffer, Glint of Silver. You'd prefer a better track than today?
Well, he's raced on wet tracks before, but I think with his racing pattern, the way he goes, I think the firmer tracks would suit. But like I said, he's raced on wet tracks in the past. Admittedly, there were maidens, but look, we're here now. We've all got to deal with it. So I know he's in good order and he's fit. So
three starts on heavy for 3 placings, but this horse has never raced better.
No, well, that's it. He's in great form. He's in good order. He's very fit and he's a happy horse. So, that's how you want him on race day.
Okay. What's been the turnaround? Has it been a gradual improvement? Because he just went bang from a Class 1 at Kembla to a Group 2 and he backed it up in a far lap.
Yeah, that's right. Look, he's always shown plenty of ability, and at stages we were starting to get disappointed in him because we'd had such good hopes and ambitions for him, and he just sort of kept finding one better. But look, it's good to see he's turned the corner for us. It's starting to make me look like a goose for a while, but now I'm starting to look like a genius.
Yeah, you're a genius. What about rocketing by in the big one?
Well, he would have liked the soft 6 as opposed to an 8, but same again, he's fit, he's healthy, he's in good order, he likes the wet tracks. I always would have liked it a bit dry, but same again, we're here now.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
David Pfieffer. Okay, Muns, how's the market looking?
Yeah, well, the market's not looking good for Glint of Silver, but the money's looking good for Glint of Silver. He's actually the most popular runner today, but he's $3.60 to $6. So that's just defying what the market and the money actually do. So if you're following pure fluctuations, you'd say he was friendless, but he is actually the most popular runner today. The favourite, though, is MATCHA LATTE. This market turned around. A peak of $4.60 is now into $3.90 and favourite. MATCHA LATTE. Zoe's Promise, very, very steady on the second line of betting, moving anywhere between $4.80 and $5.50, is currently a $5 chance. The Fortune Teller, very, very hard to move off $5.50 for quite a while now, after a peak of $6 was offered first thing this morning. Wolverine, same sort of boat, $5.50 at the moment, but a peak of $6 has been offered. We've spoken about Glint of Silver being as short as $3.60 out to $6. 4 for Cindy, the bottom one. A best price of $12 this morning, did get into single figures, is now $10. Cosmic Field has gone the other way, $9 out to $12, and the roughie is Due by Flyer, who's 61 out to 81. But MATCHA LATTE on your screen there now, having its first start today for Sarah Ryan, is the favourite for the Carbine Club.
Okay, the rain has been constant now for about 2 hours at Randwick, and we've got deep into a heavy track now as the call to the post sounds for the second race of the day, the Carbine Club. Ali Mosley is over behind the gates in the rain.
I certainly am, and I've still got not the wettest feet, so that's a tick, I think. The only horse I have in front of me at the moment, Greg, is Wolverine, who's come across in lovely order, not doing anything wrong, just sticking with the pony, but the rest of them have all had a really long canter up, so hopefully they pop behind the barriers very shortly and I can have a good look at them. I did see Glint of Silver as he cantered past, and he looked like he was moving beautifully, nice and relaxed. He is a fizzy horse. I think he's described as having red cordial before he heads out to the races on some occasions, so that's him. So he can get a little bit fizzy, but it's more probably of a concern if we see him too settled. So that is exactly how he is at the moment. I've just seen MATCHA LATTE pop into view. Here's another one who, last time I saw him at Randwick, interestingly enough, he was just not himself, and then he was much better when he went away to Rosehill. So I was interested to see how he's come over. he's probably feeling a little bit bullish today, just throwing his weight around to an extent, but otherwise doing everything right, so nothing to worry about there. Zoe's Promise, who I've just laid eyes on, who I've not seen yet before, looks to be doing everything right at this stage. And coming in hot there over in the corner is Dubai Flyer, certainly being revved up a little bit there by Zach. I'm not sure if that's intentional or if Dubai Flyer is just feeling very, very well, but otherwise all our horses are here and ready to go.
Corey, give us an insight into these sort of conditions. You've got a deteriorating track, but you're running the race meeting in pretty heavy rain.
Yeah, it's awful conditions, and you'll notice that the jockeys, or Zach hasn't got the goggles on there yet, he's got them tucked down the front of his shirt to keep them sort of somewhat dry, but they'll generally have 2 or 3 pair of goggles on. See, if you're on a back marker or something that's going to sit behind the speed, it can become quite frustrating because it's not only the mud that you contend with, it's the spray of the water, because there's so much surface water. It really kicks up and becomes like basically a spray of water, and it's hard to see through.
So they're about to move in here for the Carbine Club Stakes. As this day 1 of the championships gets to race 2. And Glenn, we see that Glint of Silver, it's drifting out, but you're saying holding money.
Yeah, he's now been overtaken as the most popular runner by the favourite in MATCHA LATTE, who's there as a $3.90 chance. Wolverine and Zoe's Promise. Zoe's Promise got into $4.80 again on the bounce. It's back to $5. Wolverine comes into $5. Zoe's now $4 for MATCHA LATTE. So your favourite MATCHA LATTE now a $4 chance. Zoe's Promise back into $4.80. Fortune Teller and Wolverine $5.50 a pair. Glint of Silver out to 7. Fall for Cindy into 9. Cosmic Field got to as much as 14, is now 13. And Dubai Flyers a $71 chance as the Fortune Teller goes up for the Carbine Club.
And later today, at this distance of the mile, there'll be 20 lining up for the Doncaster. Race number 8 today. Race 6, the Sires. Race 7, the TJ. Race 8, the Doncaster. Race 9, the Derby. Heavy 8. And we've got 2 or 3 to move up. 2 now. Here's Darren for the Carbine Club.
What's been a pretty open betting race. The Fortune Teller has been very well back today. Now, Fall for Cindy is moving in. Zach Purton in the saddle for John O'Shea, and Wolverine is the last. Hugh Bowman. Light on for the Carbine Club Stakes. Light rain from the south falling. And we're on a heavy 8 now. Racing, good level line out with the exception of Wolverine, who will go back. Now, Zoe's Promise jumped well off the inside. Cosmic Field is right there. Glitter Silver moving up out 3 wide. They're followed by 4 for Cindy, getting into a 4th position in front of Dubai Flyer, then the Fortune Teller. MATCHA LATTE, and Wolverine's been taken back to last. So still a good tussle up front. There's 3 of the minute going into the first turn in the grey. Glint of Silver just has the head in front at this point. So it's Glint of Silver from 4 for Cindy underneath, and Cosmic Field just eased out of that battle back to 3rd. They've opened up a margin of 3 lengths on the Fortune Teller in the early stages of the race, and then came further back to off the course. Dubai Flyer starting to improve, then 4 for Cindy getting back. That's Zoe's Promise in front now. Further back to Wolverine and MATCHA LATTE. So Zoe's Promise off the inside has raced to a cleared lead. Not the most ideal visibility here. It's Zoe's Promise in front by a length now to Glitter Silver. They're followed by the Fortune Teller on the inside of Cosmic Field. Dubai Flyer under the pump out deep on the outside of 4 for Cindy. Wolverine. MATCHA LATTE last of all. So Zoe's Promise leads coming around the turn by a length on Glitter Silver as they flatten for the run home now. The Fortune Teller is next. MATCHA LATTE getting to the outside. Wolverine back to the inside and 4 for Cindy. Zoe's Promise in front. Glitter Silver's rock dropped off, and quickly MATCHA LATTE powers to the front now at the 200 metres. Put 2 lengths up on them from the Fortune Teller. Then Wolverine and 4 for Cindy. MATCHA LATTE a length clear from sticking to the task. The Fortune Teller sticking to the task will. MATCHA LATTE in front from the Fortune Teller. It bobbed, got there. The Fortune Teller got up on the post to beat MATCHA LATTE. Wolverine 3rd, 4 for Cindy 4th. They got the rest. Zoe's Promise, Glitter Silver dropped right out with Cosmic Field and Dubai Flyer.
Well, we've had 2 races and the same result. The horse that looked like it was going to win has been outfought to the finish by the horse it headed. The Fortune Teller, Aussie Tom, has lifted the Fortune Teller back to regain the lead lead over MATCHA, who, like Solitaire in the first, had the race shot to bits.
Yes, he did have it shot to bits. He was last, he travelled, he made a long sustained run on him before the point of the turn, but he still looked to have it in the bag, but he was just out tough to the line by one of these very fit Eustace horses in the Fortune Teller, who did a good job and did have that little bit of support here late to beat the favourite, and that's what he's done. Beat him right on the line in the last couple of strides.
Yeah, that's definitely way the ride, MATCHA. He may have got there a little bit soon, Tyler Schiller, but you're clutching at straws when you're coming down to margins like this. But great ride by Tommy Marquand, sat right behind the speed, let the horse go through its gears on these heavy conditions, but really, really strong late. Great ride, Tommy Marquand.
Testing conditions out there now. You can see a few of them right out the back, not handling it at all. And here's the time for the mile, 1:40.27. 1:40.27, home in 37.65. It was ahead the winning margin, 2 3/4 lengths second to third. So Tommy Marquand, like Chad Schofield, has driven these winners to the post and regaining the lost advantage. 1:40.27, 37.65 after the running of the Carbine Club Stakes.
Welcome to racing at Doomben today. We've got the 2-year-olds in the yard for this first race, a handicap over 1,200